Joe Piscopo's jacked, dude.
He rolls.
Oh yeah,
He's still
remember that?
alive?
Hell yeah. He still
Oh,
does comedy.
Nice. Good for him.
Remember the stand-up special that he did where he rode a Harley out on stage or something?
Tight.
Yeah. Cool. He's
Pretty tight.
he's a great impressionist. He does a Frank Sinatra.
He does a good Sinatra. I do remember that.
I don't know
72
what else.
years.
I don't know what else he does, but he did that one. You know, him and Eddie Murphy, it's time to get a reunion. I hope he's in the new Beverly Hills Cop.
People would credit Eddie Murphy for saving SNL, but
He
I
did.
feel like it was Joe Piscopo. No. If you look at the numbers, it was Piscopo all the way. America had Piscopo fever.
What is your favorite Piscopo sketch from that era? Because everybody can name like 5 Eddie Murphy.
I love the one where he was Gumby.
Mm,
We talking Eddie Murphy or Joe Piscopo?
Yeah, I'm talking about Joe Piscopo.
he was the 6th Beatle.
Yes.
Joe Piscopo should have done a sketch. Like, you know, Eddie Murphy did the sketch where he painted himself white and then he went to
Yes.
like interacted with white people secretly and he got to see all the special benefits. Joe Piscopo should have done a sketch where he painted himself black and
Yeah,
got
how come you
treated.
couldn't do that?
That would have been a
Stop
great
it.
little second beat. I would have enjoyed that. But we're not here to talk about Joe Piscopo, even though we love Joe Piscopo.
Hey Joe, don't it make you wanna go to war once more? Hey Joe, why the devil did we go to war?
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like you to meet Joe. This is what the American press say. The movie Joe must surely rank in impact with Bonnie and Clyde. Time magazine.
Money don't mean nothing to them. Motorcycles, marijuana.
You got love, you don't need this stuff.
How do they fall in love?
A hippie pimp.
Lone Ranger.
Cowboys and Indians. Hop along Cassidy. Not really fags, but close.
What he like is to have
A little on the side once in a while.
I'll drink to that.
Screwing and grooving.
Joe, do me a favor. Give us all a break.
4 stars. Devastatingly funny. New York Daily News.
100 milligrams of Thorazine in the butt does wonders.
Get your pants on.
It's your ass now, Compton. Easter orgies.
She's anti-fetish.
That's Jap food.
The best Chinese restaurant in Astoria.
A rip snorter. A triumph. Judith Christ, New York Magazine and NBC TV.
Your whole life is one big crock of
He doesn't shop at Kimball's, Joe.
junk is junk, right?
And let's get the hell out of here.
Hey Joe, why the devil did we go to war?
We're here to talk about Joe, 1970, starring Peter Boyle in his greatest role as Joe. This character was supposed to be a minor character in the movie, but he was so awesome that they cut 45 minutes from the film and they just made Joe somehow into the main character.
Why,
he's just
why is he so awesome? Tell the audience.
It's one of the greatest.
I
It's
don't
one
know.
of the greatest performances I've ever seen of any actor in any movie. It's just like this is immediately like star-making performance. It's like,
What is
he
he?
had-
What does he do?
well, Peter
Some
Boyle.
sort of steel worker or something.
No, I'm saying like, just trying to get William to introduce the movie.
Peter Boyle plays a racist,
Thank you, Mike.
homophobic, blue collar guy from Queens, and he's hilarious. He just steals the movie. He said he had actually created this character for Second City, and he was doing a character like this, and that
What?
yes, and then he auditioned for this film, and he's like, oh, that's like the character I'm doing. So he just knew what to do, and they were like, this guy's awesome. We need to give him more lines. We need to make more scenes about him. This character is way more compelling because the thing is, Joe's the secondary character, but he's the honest character. He's the one who speaks his mind. The lead character is played by Dennis Patrick, TV actor. He's reserved. He doesn't speak his mind. He's a wasp. He's rich. He's upper class. He doesn't say the things that Joe says. And Joe, played by Peter Boyle, basically is like, he's Archie Bunker before Archie Bunker. He's Donald Trump before he's like Donald Trump. He's the guy in Falling Down who says like, this was used, man. This was used. Like that guy is just doing Joe. Like when I saw Joe, I realized like, oh my God, this is like it's like Clint Eastwood in Fistful of Dollars. You're like, oh, I get it. This like inspired hundreds of movies, hundreds of characters. You know, Peter Boyle's on King of Queens. He plays the dad. It's like, oh yeah, of course.
Everybody Loves Raymond.
Is he on Everybody Loves Raymond?
Yeah, yeah. Jerry Stiller's the dad on King of Queens.
Oh my God. Well, I
You
don't
were
watch
thinking
those
of Jerry
shows.
Stiller this whole time.
Well, I don't watch those shows, but it's like
King of Queens is great.
he should have been fucking Jerry Stiller in King of Queens.
Dude, Kevin James should be
Joe?
he should be a superstar. If you ask me, not Peter Boyle.
Peter
Should be
Boyle,
bigger.
unfortunately, is dead.
Oh yeah. Why doesn't he make movies? Oh, I see.
He loved to smoke weed too. Artie Lang said he would always see
Nice.
him smoking weed on, like, at the studio, I guess, for Everybody Loves Raymond.
Hell yes.
He's a
Oh,
big
that's cool.
lib. He's
That
a giant liberal.
Yeah. But
Sweet.
that's cool that performance is like him just because he's very like phoned in, honestly, in that on Everybody Loves Raymond, but knowing that he's smoking weed and doing it is cool.
Yeah,
You
I
can
mean,
tell he
his-
doesn't give a shit and doesn't think the show is good on Everybody Loves Raymond, in my opinion, as a big watcher
Yeah, I haven't really seen it.
of Everybody.
I don't
Loves-
really watch.
Well, you were the brother on Everybody Loves Raymond, right?
Yeah, and I played the brother.
You're Brad Garrett.
Dude, what a career that guy has for guys with voices like us. He's the best. He did the best out of all of us.
Garrett? He's in what? Monsters Inc. or something? What's he in? A couple Pixar movies?
I don't know.
What, you guys know this guy or something?
No, I was just kidding.
Oh,
You're
sorry,
kidding.
I missed that one.
You're joshing. All right, so let's talk
I
about
was
Joe.
joshing.
So
I was
Joe,
Joe.
to me, this is one of the funniest movies ever made. This is one of the all-time great, hilarious comedies. Joe is he's a killer. He's a crusher. The movie sucks before Joe enters the movie. The movie, you're like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so before Joe entered the movie, it was 50 minutes long. It was like, here are these rich people. Here's their daughter, Susan Sarandon. Let's have all this backstory. Let's like have all this shit go on. They cut it down to as little as possible. Basically, Susan Sarandon's dating a junkie guy. He's an artist. He's like a hippie in Greenwich Village. He's a complete
Yeah, they're
scumbag,
hippies. It's like
He's
an
a
anti-hippie
complete-
movie.
piece of
They
shit.
filled out his backstory way too much. We didn't need all that information. We didn't need that. We didn't need to see him. We didn't need to see him slang and dough. All we needed to know was that he gave the pills to Susan Sarandon. That's all we really needed to know. We didn't need all that other extra stuff that went on way too long.
He's
She
kind of like,
ODs.
What's up?
I was
She
gonna say-
ODs.
Yeah, right.
I was gonna say he kind of reminds me of. Well, he does. I guess Taxi Driver came out later, but like this felt like a dumber version of that sort of stuff, like Harvey Keitel in Taxi Driver. The way he like brings in those girls
Sure.
to get
Yeah.
on this program.
They mentioned that they're like hippie pimps or something. They mentioned
Yeah.
that.
He should be black. Let's be honest. And
Yeah,
then-
that'd
Okay.
make the movie more interesting.
Sure.
Yeah, I think.
And then it would,
William,
but it would add a.
you love this movie, I think, because you're kind of a sucker for a good N word in a movie.
No,
Peter Boyle drops some N words in this movie.
Of course,
He
who
goes
doesn't?
off.
A movie without an N word is not a movie.
Yeah.
It's like A Day Without Sunshine. But like, so I tried to watch this movie before. The Susan Sarandon boyfriend stuff, I'm getting bored. I was like, okay, I'll watch it tomorrow. You know, it's late at night. I didn't finish it.
What about them titties?
They're
Titties are-
nice. It's
Titties are
great.
fat and nice.
She's
They-
incredibly. I've never seen her like that young, I guess.
She's
Always
21.
seemed like an old lady who's strangely hot. I was like, oh, as a young lady, she's hot too.
She's kind of a big lib too.
Giant
A little
lib.
bit.
Hey,
Yeah,
Everybody in
I
this
know, I know.
movie,
For
I
sure.
like Susan Sarandon.
Yeah, sure.
She was a Bernie or bust. People are pissed at her because she was Bernie or bust. She's
She,
cool.
she's married to someone
Tim
another
Robbins.
yeah, he's
they've
also
been
big lib. All
divorced
libs.
like 20 years. 20.
Oh, my bad. I don't. I'm old.
You got to catch up on the
I do. I got
Hollywood
caught to
gossip.
speed.
So, I'm like, okay, they're like getting together. The boyfriend's acting is terrible. He's the
Yes.
guy in French Connection who's to test the heroin. That's like his only other role that anyone's ever seen him in. Anyway, he gives like Susan Sarandon some drugs. She ODs. She flips out in this really bad scene where she's like in a convenience store, like I'm on drugs,
I put lipstick
And
on
then
my face.
and
That was
then
cool. I've done that before.
the dad
Take a
goes
little
to
too much
her,
CBD. Go to Walgreens.
and then what
when
do you
they-
do? Put on lipstick?
Yeah. But not on my lips. That's the fucked up thing.
Oh,
There's
your
nothing wrong
bottom
with putting on a
lips.
little lipstick if you're a fella. But you got to put it on the lips. That's what I always say.
You put on your asshole? What are you talking
Yeah.
about?
She puts it on her like cheek. Just referencing that she put it on. Yeah, but yes, I put it on my sweet little butthole.
Wow. And CBD
And
does
then
that to you.
Walgreens are like, hey, you got to leave, buddy. I'm like, I'm too high.
What Walgreens is this? In California, they let you do whatever you want in Walgreens.
Oh yeah, you can just take things off the shelves. In
You
San
just
Because
can't-
it's not
Francisco.
locked up. Yeah, everything's fucking locked up.
So
Yeah,
anyway,
now she's like she's like a normal customer now at Walgreens in San Francisco these days.
Got
so
him.
the dad goes to the hospital. She's like, I need my clothes, whatever. He goes to her apartment. He's like disgusted by the drugs. He's disgusted by the filth. This is Dennis Patrick. He's all uptight. He hates everything in the house. And then her stupid drug addict boyfriend shows up,
Well,
and
he sees her poster of him naked.
he's all
He's
pissed. And then
pissed. I'd be a little upset.
anyway, the guy's
Good
like,
print.
your daughter's a whore. She fucked all these guys. She fucked guys your age. She did this. She did that. So Dennis Patrick flips out and he does this extremely bizarre beatdown where they do like Fist of Fury, like all these trails are coming off and he's like beating him to death.
Yeah, the filmicness of it is like, well, it's like their way to get around the graphic brutality of what he's doing.
It's like
kinda cool, I thought.
60s garbage, just like, whoa, look at the trails.
Yeah.
It's like
The
$6
guy's like,
million man.
oh,
And he
I'm like,
dies.
dude.
There's too many lights in the room. But
Absolutely no investigation after he's killed, too.
well, no one knows
0.
he's dead for 3 days.
Oh, I missed that part.
So anyway, the guy's like, I need a fucking drink. He goes to a bar, and who does he meet?
There we
Then
go.
we get Joe in all his glory, just crushing with this monologue. I saw this at New Beverly. So the first thing he says is, like, the Edwards got it too good, or like something like the Edwards are on welfare. And everybody in the movie theater is like, oh, like you hear audible gasp. People are like, oh shit, what the hell is this? Like, this is making me uncomfortable. Within 30 seconds, everybody in the theater is dying of laughter at everything he says. Because there's like, the pacing is so fucking good. There's like a nice pause, and then Joe just goes like, 42% of all liberals are queer. And then everybody laughed so hard. And everybody's just a liberal in the theater laughing. They get it because it's so ridiculous. Like, he's so dumb. And I mean, nothing has changed. You realize nothing has changed in fucking 54 years in America. It's just the same conversations.
Those guys, yeah, they're still thriving.
Now
They just
more
say it
than
on
ever.
Twitter.
Hmm. Yeah, no, they just do it on Twitter, I guess. I was thinking like I was actually thinking about this being like, oh man, it's nice to just go to a bar. I feel like people don't do that as much because they like otherwise before
In
the
LA.
internet, before social media, you
They don't do that in
if you sit around your
LA.
apartment and you like watch TV for a little bit, you'd be like, what the fuck? I'm like, and like if no human contact at all, this is like really weird. So you like have to go out and get like a drink and then hang out and stuff. I think a lot more people did that before that. And now it's like you get that like human, like the dog, the Pavlov thing. I don't know if that's the right thing, but like the Pavlov's dog thing of like human interaction by this like being on Twitter or Facebook or something like that and looking at your ugly mom's pictures or something.
Thinking that's actually some sort of social
And then you just write
interaction
the
when
N
it really
word to
isn't.
your mom on Facebook. You're
Yeah.
just like, you fucking N word. And then you feel
Well,
good, like
yeah.
Joe. And you're like, yeah, I'm crushing it. You get tons of likes from your uncle. He's like, she is. She totally looks like that. No, but that's the thing. We live in Southern California. I mean, I would have to walk a mile to go to a bar. And when you're in New York or San Francisco or like Chicago, you will just leave someone's house and you'll walk by like a million bars. So you're like,
That's
oh, I
true.
guess I'll just wander in the bar. There's like neighborhood bars.
Right.
It's not a big deal. You take the train and then you take the train or whatever. So bar culture sucks around here. You have to get in your car and like, I'm gonna drive to the bar and I'm not gonna drink to excess.
Yes.
Uber's
Everybody
helped out
likes
a
that.
little bit, but not a whole lot. But yeah, I
I'm
actually
gonna
thought
spend
the exact same thing.
I'm gonna spend $100 on Uber tonight to drink 2 beers.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome.
Yep. But back then it was great. You could just fucking drink and just say the N word and call people fags and just say everybody's queer and just talk about the communists and then go like they got orgies. Easter orgies. I never been to an orgy. Where
He's
did
saying
Joe
orgy.
why did
He says,
Joe
oh, yeah.
why did he learn to say orgy like that? Because he's been
Maybe that's from
reading it?
the Second City like version of the character.
Yes.
I didn't know he was a Second City guy. That's cool. And yeah, I want to see what that sketch was. The Second City version of this guy.
Probably knew people like this. Now, here's the other thing. How old do you think Peter Boyle is in this movie? Remember, he's a World War II vet.
Meaning, how
Well, he's
old is the
supposed to be World War
character, or
II vet.
how old is Peter Boyle?
Guess how old Peter Boyle is.
No, he's not a World War II vet. Maybe Korea, right?
Oh, he said he got the gun from a Jap.
Yeah, that's an Arisaka rifle. That is what the Japanese used in World War II.
He's
Okay.
35 years old.
I actually was gonna say younger, but okay.
They were like, we can't cast this guy. But the director's like, no, he's awesome. You got to cast him. It makes no
So-
sense. But look, he's bald. It kind of works.
70.
He's born in
Damn, he's
1935.
That's insane.
So he was 8 years old in 1944.
He
Yeah,
served
that's not
at
old
8 years
enough.
old. What a brave little boy.
He probably lied about his age.
Yeah. Or a fake mustache.
Navy boy.
That's silly. That's silly stuff.
So this is the thing about the movie. It's like Joe is supposed to be horrible, but the performance is so likable. Peter Boyle said he saw the movie at 2 a.m. because it was so popular. The movie theater in New York would literally play it 24 hours a day on a loop. And he went at 2 a.m. and everybody was just laughing and just like cheering and loving Joe. And he was like so embarrassed because the budget for this film was $109,000. He thought nobody was going to see it. He thought it would just be this like little thing. So he just said like, I'm going to go crazy. I'm going to improvise every scene. I'm going to like do things that are in the script. You know,
That's cool.
he just goes for it every moment.
Yeah, he's great. The movie definitely is pretty shitty before he shows up, I would say.
I
Yeah,
can't
it's
argue
boring.
that the acting is good. I mean, and acting is amazing by everybody,
Also, like
except for the boyfriend.
the mute, like I was feeling like a lot of the choices were bad. The like the director was making and stuff like that, where it was like script seemed like it was okay, but like the shooting, it felt like it was like a play shooting the whole, like every scene felt like it was like a scene from a play, and it all felt super fake and like, but they were doing like hippie slang and stuff, so it seemed lame. Didn't have that like gritty realism thing that like this kind of movie would really like benefit from. And yeah, it just I don't know, it didn't look I don't know, it looked didn't look right. And then he shows up and I'm like, oh, okay, it's a movie now. I get why this is a movie.
Yeah. It just clicks because every scene with Joe interact, it's the perfect comedy combo. You have the rich guy who's stuffy, and then you have the poor, loudmouth, low class guy.
Blue
And
collar.
it's just,
Classic.
and you just get the list. It's just like Joe says something loud and stupid, and then the rich guy says something like passive and oh, just like witchy. Oh, Joe. Oh. But anyway, Joe says, God, I wish I could just kill a hippie. I just want to kill one, you know? And the guy goes, I just killed one. And then Joe goes, huh, you had me going there. But you did. You really did. And he gets all excited. He's like, wow, you killed a hippie. And he's so happy. And he thinks it's great. He just thinks that's so awesome. He's like, yeah, kill a hippie. So,
Dude, could you imagine though how pissed you'd be if you were like a guy in the 70s or whatever, and you were just you had some like annoying wife and your life sucked and stuff, and then you saw like the most annoying guys possible with like the hottest ladies
talk about how
possible,
they
and they were
hated
like
the
living
hippies,
these great free lives and shit. Yeah.
the jealousy. Well, because they were all married to their college sweetheart, high school sweetheart.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I believe,
They're not fucking like they
yes,
want to.
I believe this movie's like relationships. I like because so
Sure.
the direct no the writer apparently worked in advertising, so he made the Dennis Patrick guy an advertising person, and he's basically like a character in Mad Men. He works in a nice office. He's rich. He's like a really powerful executive. He's doing like television ad buys, so he's probably making tons of money. He says he makes 60,000 a year, and then Joe's like, I make $4 an hour, and I gotta pay union dues.
Hmm.
You make more than my union boss or my union rep.
Yeah, that made me be like, oh yeah, I get how.
I feel like there'd be a lot bigger gap right now between a advertising executive and a steel worker, since there's no steel workers, but an average.
Yeah, but then Joe, it's like, yeah, I got a crummy house in Queens and two
Yeah.
lots in Florida.
Yeah.
Like this Joe's crushing it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
It's like,
I would kill for that.
and he makes like steel brushes. His
Yeah,
job is
it's
so
not
his
clear.
job is so horrible. And I love when you see him at work on this like steel brush machine. He's like, come on, you fucking bitch, you fucking
Yeah.
whore. Come on, you fucking like everything he does is so funny. He just knows exactly what'll crush because he's been crushing in Second City, and now he's gonna just annihilate in a movie theater. He's like, this script sucks. The director of the movie is John G. Alvinson. He directed Rocky and The Karate Kid.
Oh
But
wow.
this is like his first real narrative big movie.
Weird.
Before this, he made these like extremely low budget sex comedies that are like just borderline pornography, just like R-rated sexploitation movies. But apparently he was fired from the movie because he made it too long. And then some other guy apparently edited it. I mean, this is on IMDb. Who knows how
That's
true it is?
sad.
But it's this is one of the first canon films too. This is a canon
Oh,
release.
nice.
So this is early shit. But
Cool.
the movie, it just becomes once Joe and this guy have this like tension of Joe knowing he's a murderer, and then Joe seeing like the murder on the news 3 days later, and he's like, oh, no one knows. I'm the only one who knows. He has his power, and then he starts hanging out with him, going to the bowling alley. There's a great scene where the wives and them have dinner together. Just hilarious shit. and Joe's all freaking out. They get Chinese food. He's like, "You like Chinese?"
Well, yeah, and the whole time the two wasps are like just making eyes at each other and like constantly looking down on what they're saying and like making fun of them through looking at each other, basically.
I mean, but they're being kind of a little snobby, maybe.
Oh yeah, of course.
Well,
yeah, they're being majorly snobby.
It's hard to know what the movie's like, whose side the movie's on a little bit.
Are you joking? You don't get what
Yes.
side the
I don't know.
movies they're on? You don't understand?
What? Okay,
Do you think the
well,
movie's
you
on the
tell
side
me.
of do you think the movie's on the side of the murderer? The murderers? The men
Yes.
who murder innocent people? Do you think the movie is on their side? Like, that's the thing. Like,
No,
the
I mean,
message.
it's like hippies making this movie for sure. But about being like, we're
A
the
young person is making this movie.
yeah.
But he also understands the hippies have problems. He's not going to paint them in this like beautiful light. Like, he knows the boyfriend drug dealer guy, the lame artist, sucks. He knows that guy sucks. I mean, like, you know, after Kent State, this movie makes it's like a very clear response. And then they said that this also happened 5 months before the movie came out. That like there was a killing spree where a father killed like he like shot up his daughter's like hippie commune in
Oh,
Detroit, in
I didn't know
Michigan.
about that.
But
That's probably an interesting story.
at the end of the movie, or near the end, Susan Sarandon, she overhears her father going like, "I killed Frank, and Joe knows," and the wife is like, "Oh, well, hopefully no one finds out." And then the Susan Sarandon's like, "You fucking killed my boyfriend? I loved him." And then she like runs out of the apartment and she goes hiding in Greenwich Village. So then Joe and this dude go looking for her, and this is just an amazing sequence. This is so funny. They go to all these like hilarious hippie, stupid
Japanese restaurant.
acrobiotics. He's like,
Yeah.
"That's Jap food."
Yeah.
He's all scared and freaking out.
Oh yeah, that was so funny. Gotta take his shoes off.
When in Rome. What do you mean by that? You do as the Romans do. Oh yeah, yeah. And then that scene's great. They meet up with a bunch. They start talking to these other people who you see knows Susan Sarandon's like you see her friend interact with them real quick, and then she leaves. So they do set up what happens at the end. But they tell these hippies like, "We have our own grass. We don't need to buy your shitty drugs." And they're like, "You have drugs?" And then so they just start doing a bunch of drugs with hippies in this like dirty apartment, and they're smoking hookah, and the girls are like doing coke and getting naked. And then Joe and Dennis Patrick just start banging the hippie girls because the hippie girls are so sexually unsatisfied from their hippie boyfriends. And then while they're having sex with them, or afterwards when they're talking, they steal their wallets. The guys do. They just steal all their money and credit cards, and they just flee to a commune outside of New York.
They also steal the bag of drugs.
They steal the bag of drugs, of course. And then there's a great scene where Peter Boyle is just like slapping the girl. He's like, "Come on, bitch, tell me where the fuck they are. Come on, tell me."
How'd that scene do it, New Beverly?
I mean, everything he said crushes. He's just an annihilator. It's so
Nice.
funny.
That's
So
why he was cast on Everybody Loves Raymond. He brought
He's in-
that tour de force to Everybody
would
Loves
make-
Raymond.
my theory of him being on King of Queens would make so much more sense because the character of Joe is from Queens.
Yeah, I get that would have been really nice if that.
I would have
Okay,
loved for
sorry,
that to
buddy.
be true. That's a fact I wish was true.
And that's
should
okay.
be
The
true.
King of
That's
Queens
okay.
and
That's
Joe in
life,
the same
man.
universe. Yeah, that would be funny.
Oh yeah, that would be cool.
So then
We're
they go to
getting
the cop.
we're getting something very interesting right now, guys. What if Peter Boyle was in King of Queens instead of Jerry Stiller?
Everybody
That's a
Loves
really
Raymond.
cool idea. That's really interesting. Go
So
ahead.
at the end, after he slaps the girl around, they go to the commune, and then they're just like, Joe just starts shooting everybody, killing all the hippies. And then instead of Dennis Patrick doesn't stop him, you would think like, are you gonna stop this guy? Are you gonna shoot him? Are you gonna do it? He's like, It's got to be clean. Come on. They shit on us. They shit on our way of life. And he's like, you're right. I must kill them all. And then he just starts shooting everybody. And then the last person he shoots, it turns out it's his daughter. Boom. Credits
Oh
drop.
my god.
Ironic. Now that don't you get the message? It'd be funny if people in New York City, like when it came out, were like, yeah, standing ovation, kill the daughter. Yes.
That's how I felt for sure. I thought the ending was the best part.
Boom, mic drop. Apparently, in the original cut, they had like 10 minutes of just horrible, boring arguing. That some
After?
guy, yeah, and some guy was like, just cut that. That sucks. So
That's cool. Yeah, a nice little twist.
What was the movie about before they focused on Peter Boyle?
That's a good question.
Did you learn that at all?
Dennis
Wim?
Patrick, it was about the father and his relationship and his, because the
It was just
writer
about
was
him trying to find his daughter's drugger.
well,
guy
like when
who-
Susan Sarandon says, like, I was just at my parents' house when she, in the first scene. I imagine we would have seen that scene. We would have seen I bet there was just a bunch of scenes between the parents and Susan Sarandon.
Mm.
Huh.
And maybe
Yeah, that
we saw
would've sucked.
Joe's kids, because they're always saying Joe's always talking about the two boys, the good one and the bad one.
Yeah. They should make a spin-off movie with Joe's kids.
I bet they're wonderful people. Fuck you, Dad.
We could do a reboot or the next generation.
Would be like
Jose. You could be Mexican.
Oh, that'd be cool. Why can't Joe be a lady?
Jolene.
Yeah, Jolene. It's starring Melissa McCarthy.
You can't make. You should make this movie today, but they won't because
the damn
Yeah.
libs.
fucking they're scared to be awesome. The libs. Come on,
You
this
can't-
was an exploitation movie. They just said fuck it. They made a movie for 109 grand. It was the 13th highest grossing movie of the year.
That's cool.
Peter Boyle became famous. He's in Young Frankenstein. Like when you see Young Frankenstein now, it makes sense. You're like, oh, okay, because everybody had Peter Boyle in their head from Joe. That's how they introduced him. He's like the Danny McBride. They're like, oh shit, that guy's funny.
Mm.
He's loud and obnoxious.
That's cool.
They wanted to have him play Popeye Doyle in French Connection. But after this movie, he said, I don't want to be killing people and shooting people and be violent in other movies.
He turned it down, you're saying?
He's a man of
What a
peace.
fucking hippie. He's a hippie himself.
Whoa.
And Taxi Driver, he's in, but he's just in. He didn't want to shoot anyway.
Oh,
He's
yeah,
like,
that
I'll-
scene with him and Robert De Niro is great. The one
The
where they're
wizard.
talking.
Yeah.
Well,
What did you? What are your reactions to the movie? Come on.
I did not understand this movie at all. That's why I was hoping you and Adam were to talk most of it. I don't. It was okay. The acting was good, but I just felt it was such a long roundabout way to get to everything. The scene with the drug dealer was too long. The searching for her was too long. I was just, I don't know. I wasn't really into it. I didn't get the message.
How could you not get the message? It's
I'm-
pure irony.
Yeah,
He's
I
your
didn't-
dad.
yeah, yeah.
This is what you're.
That's very, very true. That is very true. He's just like that. He was talking today about how he hates the minimum wage hike for fast food workers. He hates
I-
it.
he's pissed.
Yeah. Yes,
In
he's
California,
very
does he
pissed.
eat
Why?
fast-
What does he say?
He's going to raise the wages. Yeah. They were talking something about, well, I want to be a model, but I can't actually be a model, so I don't. It's just insane. People get paid what they're worth, and blah 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 blah. Well, and then they always come down to if you feel so bad for them, why don't you just give them your job or give them money out of your pocket? It's insane. I'm
That
sorry.
just sounds like an exhausting person.
I can't be around him. I can only be around him for a few hours. I'm sorry, but what is the message of this movie that I'm missing?
If you are a guy like your father,
Yes.
you're a guy like Joe or Dennis
Yes.
Patrick, and you
Yes.
say like, I hate the hippies, I hate the youth, because they also say like they hate their culture,
Or
I hate
hate
how they're taking
any group.
Uh-huh.
Any group.
You're basically saying
pick.
like you hate your children. You hate the children. It's like what the fuck are you what are you doing? You hate the hippies? You want to
This is
murder
a
your own
very
children?
hippie movie sort of message, by the way. It's
So
always
what
like
the message is you
we're
shouldn't hate
young,
people?
we're like why don't like Easy Rider, how they get killed at the end and stuff.
Yeah,
Like
it's a countercultural movie. For sure. They were all cashing in on that. It's
The Beautiful
1970.
Youth or whatever. It's like, shut up. You know.
Agreed.
What do you want to watch? Paint Your Wagon? They were making complete shit before this. The movies completely sucked. They
Hey,
had
Paint Your
lost
Wagon
it.
is a cool ass movie, dude. They fucking painted a whole wagon. That's awesome.
It's a 3-hour musical with Clint Eastwood and Lee Marvin. It's fucking awful. You want to watch
Well, really, Lee
G-rated?
Marvin's awful?
I
Put
love
that
them,
on
but
at the
the movie
bachelor
sucks.
party. I'm saying, hey guys, you want to see something really fucking awesome? Here's Paint Your Wagon. Get ready.
I give you
They're about to
what
paint
you
the
want.
wagon. Just kidding.
This movie delivers, okay? They paint the wagon.
This Joe delivers. No,
breathing
Paint Your
heavy.
Wagon. They don't paint a wagon.
I never seen it.
Stop. Time out.
Next thing you tell me there's no snakes on the plane. I mean,
That was a
come on,
brake
man.
noise that I did. I did a brake noise. I don't think. What the fuck? Are you saying they don't fucking paint a fucking wagon and paint your wagon?
I don't remember. I haven't seen it
Okay,
since I was like 7 years old, but it was
All right.
fucking lame. It's a musical. It sucks.
It's just funny to think about you picturing wasting 3 hours watching Paint Your Wagon
My
during the
stupid
preciousness
stepdad
of
liked
youth.
it.
You
He's
had
like,
precious.
oh, you
youth
gotta watch.
Goes by fast.
He had a double VHS box set of Paint Your Wagon. He's like, we gotta watch this. It's fun, and I was just like, this sucks. But I liked it when he also played us Every Which Way You Can But Loose.
Every which way but loose, you mean? Because the
Fucking-
sequel is Every Which Way You Can.
Yeah, I thought
Come
that was
on,
funny.
dude.
The bikers,
Never saw it.
hilarious. The sequel, I like the sequel more than the first one.
Yeah.
But Joe, man, this movie. Look, we're doing New York movies. This is a great New York movie. This is one of the funniest movies ever made. Joe is one of the greatest characters of all time. I mean, it's just every scene he's in is awesome. I don't know how you guys can be bored by anything Joe does.
No,
2 stars.
Whoa. For a little premature
Oh,
rating
my bad.
there.
My bad.
What's your rating,
You
Adam?
just blew your wad.
Well, we have a new game, Adam. You haven't played it.
Yeah, this is going to be a tough game today.
What is it?
No, do your rating.
I'd say 3.5.
So I give it 4 stars. Now,
Okay.
the new rating is we all have to agree on a definitive rating for the movie.
Oh man. Oh, so we can like.
But last time Mike just gave up.
Let's go.
Well, we were this. We
So
were the
it's a big
same.
success.
Were we the same? I can't remember.
Yeah. It's okay to just give up. That's reasonable.
I don't want to
think.
argue about how shitty this movie is to you guys. Because
Well, William, I think William saw it in a crowd, New Beverly, hip, lib, these fucking LA hipsters at the New Beverly's
I
crushed
can
it.
go 3, but there's no way I can go 3, 5, or 4. That's insane. This is no Black Rain. Come on.
Black Rain
That's
sucks.
2 point.
Oh my god.
What do you like about Black Rain?
Mike wishes
Their
that Peter
style,
Boyle had lady hair.
Japanese
Style.
dudes.
Okay, style. Joe has weak style, but it's very low budget.
Yeah,
It's
low
great.
budget.
It's great acting and
1970.
characters.
The
19
acting is great. I get that. He was totally believable, and I felt things as they were acting, so that tells me it's good.
Remember his basement with the guns and all the
Yes,
American flags?
I did like the guns. My father has a lot of those guns. Those are very cool guns.
And then he brings the other wife down. He's like, hey, you're never going to get in trouble. Your husband's a good man.
Slaps her on the ass. Yes, that was
Yeah,
nice.
that's cool.
He didn't ask for permission. Peter Boyle is just murdering. It's his movie.
Remember when he was showing him his guns and he's like, I have a machine gun. I'm not supposed to have this.
Yeah.
It's like, that is so quaint. These days, people are like, I have a machine gun. You're like, yeah, where's your other machine guns, motherfucker? Like, you only have one?
You got your SBR stamp. You're good.
Whatever,
Not in California, though.
Yeah. Um,
It's a machine gun.
this movie does a thing that I don't like, where I feel like the director is trying to do thing. He's not like he's like it's like he's thinking too much, and he's also thinking too little, almost. Where he's like not. It's not like feeling about like what the audience is experiencing. Remember how like like the fucking stupid titles thing at the very beginning?
He got fired from the movie and didn't finish it.
Well, hey,
There you go. That just proves
He's
Adam's point
learning.
more.
No, it's not. The directing is not
no,
good.
it's okay. Hey, we've all been there.
But
But
he ended
yeah,
up
it just
making. Look,
has
he
like
made
annoying
Rocky.
touches to it.
He made Rocky. He
Karate Kid
made
is also a really good movie.
Karate Kid is probably. I mean, because there's no Stallone. That's like his movie. Like he
You
fucking.
got the
I
match
think
though.
he crushed it. But he's learning. The brilliance of him is that he cast Peter Boyle and just let him do his thing. And then he's just
Yeah.
trying to do his best. He's still learning, making this movie. He has no money.
Yeah, it's okay. Hey, it's okay.
Not everything is about directing. Some things are about performance. The performer of a film. I mean, come on. We got to give him. We got to get up to 4 stars, people, and we got to key in on what makes the movie great.
Oh,
It's
God.
not about what makes the movie bad. Yeah, John G. Alvinson. The lighting is sloppy and ugly.
And the music is pretty awful.
And
Remember,
Cannon,
there's like an original
Cannon's
song
making
written for
it.
this movie, right? That song where
Why
it's like,
didn't
"Hey
we go
Joe,
to war
once more."
before?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, whoa, does this song have more than 2 lines? Why do they have to play it fucking why do I have to hear it
Several
over and over
times.
again? Yeah.
Yeah. So, but 1970s also like pretty early. So
Well, I mean, yeah, it is the earliest
Yeah.
possible
It's
70,
the earliest point in human
exactly,
history.
that's what I'm saying. It's a pretty early year in the decade of the 70s. So it's cool. Well, also he not only cast Peter Boyle, he also cast very young, very beautiful Susan Sarandon. He had that star power vision with her. Let's talk about Susie.
The first time I saw her was probably Thelma and Louise, and as a little kid, I thought she was so ugly and so old. I hated seeing her face. But she's not that. Now I watch it, I'm like, oh yeah, she's not that old. I don't know what, but as a child, I found her to be hideous.
Once
I
you hit
thought
puberty, you're like, oh, never. I get it now.
I like Gina
Beat
Davis.
off for the first time. What did you
Plus
say?
he doesn't have a
Gina
face
Davis.
at that
Yeah,
point.
Gina Davis.
Yeah, she was hot.
Yeah, dude.
What about Brad Pitt and Thelma and Louise?
My parents used to cover my eyes during that scene. I was like, what's going on?
Never seen Thelma and Louise.
Oh,
Yeah, I have,
Jesus
yeah.
Christ. Are you
Never seen
serious?
never seen fried green tomatoes either.
Oh,
That
dude.
movie sucks.
What are you talking about, man?
Does Thelma and Louise suck?
No, it's pretty
Thelma and
funny.
Louise is Ridley Scott, isn't it?
They
Okay.
rape Gina Davis, and then Susan Sarandon comes out with a gun. He's like, bitch, I should have gone ahead and fucked her. David, my brother used to just say that over and over and over again when we were little kids. Bitch, I should have gone ahead and just fucked her. And then Susan Sarandon's like, I don't know, she's pissed. And then she just kills him, blows him away. Then they're on the run afterwards. Michael Madsen's in it, Harvey Keitel.
Do you still think Susan?
Okay.
You think Susan Sarandon is like very like
Awful.
a hot
Blue
lady
Beetle.
and stuff now?
The last
right?
movie I saw her in was Blue Beetle, and I just was like, "What are you doing? Why are you in this? What is this performance? This is the worst
What are you
acting
talking- what
I've
did she
ever
do?
seen." She's the bad guy in Blue Beetle. She's like a corporate evil person.
Mm.
I mean, that's one of the
Hey,
worst
she's old.
movies
People
ever
need to
made.
retire at some point too. But
But she's also the best thing.
Look okay. Now, I will give her those.
dude,
You see her bush in this movie, which you don't see in a lot of other movies.
Bush is coming back.
They have a Merkin now. I don't trust a Bush of the
oh
new
yeah,
day.
William has a conspiracy theory about any bush that you see in movies now.
I think it's a
What's they're
Merkin.
fake? What's a
That it's
Merkin?
Merkins, yeah.
Is that like a toupee for the vag?
Yeah,
Bingo.
Yeah. Okay.
stealth cover up.
It's really they're just liars.
I need lips and I need to see lipstick applied.
It's just something that liars
by
would
Adam
do.
in a Walgreens, and the Walgreens says you can't do that here.
Take that
But yeah,
outside.
Yeah.
dude, I love this movie. Mike, are we up to 3.5 now?
Yeah.
I can't.
Just give Mike. This always just we'll just end with
Three.
Mike
Okay,
giving up.
so
Giving up.
3.5 would mean that I like it and it's better than average. And this film is barely average.
How could you say that?
I can go 3. I can 3 because I
Don't you understand?
No,
Black
I don't.
Rain, it delivers nothing. He doesn't even kill the bad guy. It's just like it's like you're saying like I think the girls with fake tits at the strip club that don't get naked are hotter than the naked ones. Like you're saying you like nothingness
Is that what you're saying, Mike?
Nothingness.
in terms of
I like
story.
A movie can't just be acting alone. It's got to have some other parts. I'm sorry.
Oh,
It can't. It's got to have some other shit. The costumes in this movie, I mean, nothing. There's nothing available. The suit looked good. That's it. Nothing else.
Joe's clothes.
That's a good
the
point,
bar.
William. Hey, William, at a certain point, you might have to give up sometimes too. This is
Yeah.
just about who gives up first, basically, I feel like. And hey, maybe
You said 4?
Costumes?
You said 4.
Costumes are
4.
not an above the line credit. No one cares. You don't see a movie based on the
5.
costumes. Like,
hey,
oh, I'm good.
actually, wait, William, you have
Here we go.
specifically told me before that you will watch a movie for the costumes. I have to just call this out.
Which
I mean,
movie?
I don't.
I'm not
I don't-
normal. I'm not normal. I'm
I'm
talking
just
like
saying that you've said
they don't
that
go like-
sentence before,
costumes by
and you're
you
like, I wish
know,
that was said costumes by William Mendoza.
John Paul
You have a dream about
Gaultier.
being a costume designer.
They don't have the costume designer above the name
Funny,
credits.
and-
It's a lower consideration, I have to say.
Okay.
Actors get top billing.
You wish you were a costume designer. That's like a funny insult. Yeah. It's a way
Dracula
to
has sick
say that.
costumes. I agree.
Way to call your friend gay.
Napoleon looks like it has good costumes.
Well, great
Dune
costumes.
had good costumes.
Dune.
So this movie needs to step it up. Should have maybe given.
Do you think this is better than Dune?
But it's a low budget movie, Mike. Come on. Think about the budget for a second.
Which one? I like Dune better than this movie by far. A lot.
Okay, well, this.
Whoa. Hold on. Hold the phone.
It's a totally different movie. Well, that's what you just asked me, right? Do I like Dune?
What
better than
about
this?
what if Peter Boyle was a sandworm? Would you like he's like just going through the sand with his
I would
teeth?
like if he was overweight and floated around, like if he's a
No fat
Harkonnen,
people in
maybe.
Dune. Oh, I guess there's that one fat guy. He's pretty fat.
Yeah.
Remember the part
There's
of the movie?
parallels. There's parallels. Harkonnen's very much like Joe.
True.
He would make Peter Boyle. Oh, he would have crushed.
Or you just think about a big sandworm talking about saying the N word in a bar, just being like, God, I have to eat all this sand because of the
42% of all
black-
Harkonnens
the
are
black-
queer.
Yeah.
They're all on welfare. The Fremen are all on welfare. All the Fremen.
The drunk sandworm. I do have to point out, I felt like the
Please.
kind of big plot device of him seeing the news report on the guy's death. I was like, come on, guys.
How else would he know?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Well, yeah, they'd have to like do that, but it's like nobody's news reports are not reporting this death.
Hippie murdered. Drug dealer just killed. The
On
New
the
York Post
evening
the
news?
New York Post wouldn't put that in the newspaper.
Died by having his head pounded into a wall.
Oh, you think it would be maybe the nature
Yeah.
of the murder? Okay,
Hippie killed. Yeah, it's sensational.
but it's like drug dealer murdered.
He's
It's like-
white.
He took all the
There
drugs.
you
They
go.
took all the drugs. How are we gonna know he's a
Come
drug
on,
dealer?
Adam. Jesus Christ.
Okay. My mistake.
During Vietnam, you think that's going to make the front page? Come on. They're going to lead with hippie drug dealer killed. This movie does fit in a big line of like Vietnam violence and confrontations in movies like
Oh yeah, like
Rolling Thunder,
Thunder,
Taxi
yeah.
Driver, Bonnie and Clyde.
yeah. What's
Easy
the deal?
Rider.
Everything ends
You
at like a
said-
big I guess that's a way to end a
It's
movie.
like there's a giant war going on, and people and hippies were killed at Kent State, and they were like, "Oh, this is a new level of shit.
Bad.
Maybe we should make more movies about painting wagons." People don't seem to be interested
I'm
in the
listening.
painting of a wagon. Cowboy musicals aren't doing it for the youth anymore. They want to see
All right.
sensational violence.
So, Mike, have you raised your rating to 4? Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Adam, have I raised you to 4?
Oh, I decided what the rating was.
I said
We
I could
have
go
to
to
agree.
3 maybe,
This is the
but,
game. We can't end the show until we
is-
agree.
It feels like punishment.
This rules. This is a fun game. This is actual. We got a game going. All right, get me to lower my score, Adam.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
you could
that's
probably
Mike.
you
We
could do
have
this
to get
better than
William
me.
to lower to 3.5, and then you just have to be
I
a
leave
team
it to
player
you.
and just say 3.5.
Yeah, you got to go with the.
You got to come better than costumes.
Yeah, you got all the technical knowledge of stuff that I will not be able to argue. Other than all I can really say is I don't like it. It was boring, but I can't articulate why it's boring. I know
Hey,
that's
man.
terrible.
William, when there's things that are as bad as this non-Peter Boyle stuff in this movie, like before he comes in the movie, come on, dude. So you're saying if a 4, you gave me it a 4 because of you like when Peter Boyle comes in.
This is a
It's saying
5-star
that you think
movie.
it's a 5-star movie after Peter Boyle comes in.
Correct.
5-star is the best movie you could possibly see.
No,
and you're saying
5
this
stars.
is one.
The best recommendation. I rate on recommendation.
Oh, I would
This
never
is
recommend. I would not recommend this
stupid.
movie to anybody.
I know, so
Now
why
you know
are
what?
we
You knocked me down. Now I say it's a 1.5.
I recommend this movie to
Okay.
everyone. It's like, oh, you got to. This is now you got to see it. You can't appreciate
by
Young
the way,
Frankenstein or Taxi
That's
Driver
cool about
or King of Queens unless you see this movie.
Yeah. You got to see this before King of Queens.
I mean,
You
yeah, I
want to
guess
get
if
Jerry
you're
Stiller in King of Queens.
if you're so hard for Peter Boyle, I guess I could see why you're way up there at 4. I mean,
You want to bust a nut on his bald head.
I want him to bust a nut on me.
Yeah, I see
Oh,
that.
cool.
Quick and break the land speed record. He's like, what does that mean? He's a bad fuck too. I love that he's a bad fuck.
I can't believe they get such easy pussy in this movie.
Oh, I love it. And that's like the whole thing, like Oedipal shit. Like the dad wants to fuck his daughter. You know, that's where the sexual jealousy they have, and they're like,
Oh, I see.
these kids got it. They're getting it way more than we ever did.
I was confused about Peter Boyle's age and stuff because he was like, "How do you smoke this?" Before he's like, "I never done this, or I seen it on TV," and I was like, I thought he was in Vietnam because I assumed he was a 35-year-old man, like he was in real life. So I was like, "What the fuck is he talking about?" He wasn't around any like weed smoking. But it's funny that they share a hookah, the two guys at the same time.
It was cute. It was very cute.
Weed with your bro.
Hashish, they got it all. They're just doing it all. We smoked a hookah.
Yeah,
It's like a real degenerate.
many times.
We used
No,
to take an
hookahs are
eighth
cool,
of
but-
weed, it'd hash, and put it in a hookah, and then just 4 guys would smoke it for half an hour, and it would just be. You would
You
just
gotta
get
trade
shot.
off
Then
sides.
you watch Ren and Stimpy or something.
Yeah,
Yeah, go to Jack in the Box. You know,
play
live
Mario
life to the
Kart.
full- Not exactly the hippie life.
Set a dumpster on fire.
Oh,
You know,
There's a
do you guys-
restaurant in our town.
Did that
Small.
happen?
We're from a small town, bro. It's,
We
William said
did.
he's from San Francisco, but he's actually from a very small town about 40 minutes east of San Francisco.
One time we played a bottle of soap in a restaurant. It's a fountain.
Nice.
It was
cool.
called El Rancho Steakhouse,
Oh yeah, that's the spot.
and it was,
was
in like an
called.
old. Well, it's out
We
of
were
business.
rebels
Before that night.
Yeah.
It's
Did you
fucking
really
destroyed.
set a dumpster on fire though?
We also set a dumpster on fire one night,
cool.
and then the cops pulled us over, and I pulled a Jedi mind trick on them, saying, "They're like, we're looking for some bad guys this evening." I was like, "Oh, officer, we're not bad guys. I mean, come on."
And it
Yes,
worked. That worked.
Yeah, we're just
Like,
Jack in the Box.
shit,
You know,
yeah, I guess I
we weren't really
sorry,
doing
got the wrong
anything.
car.
Stoners eating Jack in the Box usually don't set shit on fire.
But you
I
did
guess we
do
were
it.
excited.
You did
Yeah.
it.
Keep thinking about Jack in the Box. Sounds like somebody's just jerking off in your food that you then eat.
Yes.
The
Back
guy in
then,
the
someone
guy
had
in the
just
helmet
died.
is just fucking busting a fat load into your food, and you're like, "Thanks for my meal." Who
Yeah,
died?
it's called
Sorry, what?
the Jack
Remember back
sauce.
then? Remember when we were around that age? Some dude died from E. coli.
A lot of
from Jack in
no,
the
a bunch of
Box.
Yeah,
8-year-old
yeah.
children died.
Botulism.
Yeah,
They're all
yeah.
children, young children.
I didn't know they were children.
Yeah.
Probably shouldn't be giving your children Jack in the Box hamburgers, anyways. They're little young children. I don't know what the age is.
Remember the thing
Yeah.
where the
Blame the parent.
Yeah.
Should be giving them a fucking Jack in the Box. What are you doing?
Yeah.
I've taken my kid to McDonald's.
I've taken my daughter.
Oh, what?
I take my daughter to McDonald's twice ever, and I don't expect to make it much more. That's what they want.
My kid was demanding it, so I had.
I
to
know.
keep,
That's what I'm saying. And
Think
they
about how
during
much
a
they-
boycott. I was like, dude, we're boycotting this. What do you?
Yeah.
He's a scab, so kind of a bummer.
You're pissed because they have $20 an hour now, so you don't want to take them there.
Yeah,
Oh no, I don't mind.
I want to reward
Yeah.
them.
You know what's funny is like, aren't they all getting food stamps already?
Probably.
The fat like minimum wage workers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, it's like, give these motherfuckers a break, dude.
That's what I'm saying. I don't
It's
get
like-
mad when other people come up. You know, it's
Hey.
not to my detriment.
Anybody
You
that
know.
thinks that the problem is poor people still is like, you are like truly a fucking complete idiot.
People don't understand class
You need to be
warfare.
taken advantage
Come
of.
on.
Yeah. But hey, sexually, I mean, your fucking dad
mean?
needs to be getting butt raped.
I would agree. His saying was always that I was like, how can you know you don't like weed if you haven't tried it? I don't need to get fucked in the ass to know I don't like it. Like, oh, okay.
Got you there.
But
Hey,
what he doesn't understand is you do actually
you have to
need
explain to him what the
to
male
know.
G spot is.
I should
Actually,
have explained it to him. I
He
should have
smoked
explained it to him.
weed. There's no way he's lying.
say, Dad, men have a prostate. So actually, women don't like it, or it doesn't really do much for women. But like,
He probably wouldn't like it.
getting
Getting
fucked in the
fucked in the
ass or smoking weed.
Both.
Yeah.
Why not try it both in the same night? Let's have a crazy
Like
night
Joe?
with your dad. Yeah,
Oh yeah, he does need something like that.
dude.
I don't know. I haven't asked him
Oh, your
since
dad
it
sounds
became
cool.
legal. I'll have to try.
Oh yeah.
So, Mike, you up to 3.5 stars?
No, there's no way I'm going
This is
past
so
3.
Stupid.
I can't
Come
go. I
on.
told you I'm actually down to 1.5 now.
Oh,
since
here
I
we go.
understand the 1 through 5 is would you recommend
What would
it
you
or not?
rate? What would you recommend Black Rain at what level?
Oh, I mean, now that Black Rain goes up, I would. It's not so much that I like it. I would definitely. We've got to see that movie,
This is becoming confusing and complicated.
and also that other one, that Nazi movie. Down. That one's.
What
take
about
it down a
Alienation?
peg.
Alienation.
What did I rate it? Before?
4.5 stars.
I gave Alienation 4.5 stars. Okay,
Like
when I first started coming on this podcast, I was way too high. I was just excited, and I was way too high.
Yeah,
You
you're
were
binary.
enthusiastic. That's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. Alienation would be now down to a 2.3. I don't know, 2.5 to 1.5. 3. I'll give it a 3. It's not good, not bad.
You're a reasonable man.
I'm all over
Okay.
the place with the ratings.
No, it's yours. It's yeah.
You don't like nice,
Important.
subtle, ironic storytelling?
No. I like movies about dope dealing, killing, pimping, which
That's all it-
this movie did have all that. I will admit. It was just no flash, nothing.
Yeah, like a first time director kind of
But
thing.
you don't
maybe.
get. But okay, like New Jack City,
Yes.
Scarface.
Yes.
Okay,
King of New
Scarface-
York,
Yeah, I mean, those
Carlito's
movies,
Way.
But these are not hippie crime drug movies. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, maybe
This was 1970, dude.
that movie with Joaquin Phoenix that came out a few years ago, where he's like a hippie dude,
But
smokes weed.
but also this is like made during hippie times. This is
Sure,
like product of 1970.
It's the
So-
end of the hippie era, so I see why they make it so anti-hippie. I understand that.
Yeah, I mean, I always try to like keep in mind the year it was made
Mhm.
when I'm giving my cool official rating. But let's see what else was made around. When did Taxi Driver come out, William?
77.
Okay. So
Yeah, Easy Rider, Bonnie and Clyde.
when did Easy Rider and Bonnie and Clyde come out, I guess?
We
I think
guess
Easy Rider's
that's
like 69.
69.
Yeah, Summer Love, baby.
Those are the two to like measure this against, I
67.
feel like. Or Easy Rider, maybe. I don't know. I don't know what I'm fucking talking about.
Is Easy
But
Rider that good either? I mean, I remember. I don't feel like watching Easy Rider again.
Easy Rider's good, but it's like stupid and hippie shit. Like hippie stuff is dumb. Like
Oh my
it's like
God.
embarrassing and like
What are you
for the
talking about?
it's embarrassing. It's just like so it's like very dated because now it feels like our parents being like, we were cool once. You know what
Parents.
I mean?
Yeah, my parents are not like that, or never like
My
that.
dad was like that.
Cool.
My dad was like the pimp boyfriend at the beginning of this movie.
Nice.
He was a
Yeah.
heroin dealer in college and a total scumbag.
How did he become like successful in business?
He's extremely
Just like the
charismatic.
guy in the movie. He's like, yeah, he's super
Hustler?
charismatic.
That's cool.
He would tell me things like, I was Diana Ross's manager when I was 19 years old. Or Gloria Summer or some shit. And you're like, what? Like I forget which black female vocalist. He was like, I was her manager at 19. Why? He's like, just cause I do a lot of people. It's like, weren't you a college freshman? What are you talking about?
You
It's
see
like,
line you're saying? Okay. So here's the other movies that have come out that came out in 1970. MASH. That are kind of like, five easy pieces. Um
what are you trying to prove? Love Story is the biggest movie of the year.
Performance.
This is a great movie. Great year for movies.
Hi Mom, the Brian De Palma movie.
I don't
Yeah,
know
this is
any of
better
those
than
movies.
that.
I'm just saying like Catch 22. I'm saying like these are the
Terrible
movies you
movie.
kind of measure this against.
4 stars. I mean, come on. It's Peter Boyle. You got to give it to him. He's a movie star like that. Instantly.
This is his first movie?
Pretty much.
Okay, why does that mean that's his first movie or not?
It's like it's the movie that made him.
This is I gotta say, by the way, Peter Boyle, I'm looking at a picture of him as an old man. He's bald, of course, but he's a pretty telegenic guy.
You want to
Okay.
fuck Peter Boyle?
Yeah. Well, okay.
And
So what?
I
You're
think that's what I
starting to
feel.
agree with William?
Wait,
He's in-
his first
he's
movie
in-
is Medium Cool.
And he's in The Virgin President. Yeah, he's in these like little movies.
Oh, is that the movie about when you were president?
Yeah.
Because you're virgin.
Distinguished.
I was the Virgin President. Give me
You were the
a
virgin
big
president.
break.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
everybody was a
Hey,
virgin at one point.
yeah. Not me.
No, I was born fucking right out the womb.
Yeah,
Right
Mike
when
Better than the movie.
Mike was
better than the movie you made, Adam.
I shot
no,
out
Mike
into a
was
badge.
Mike was one of those
Adam was in a movie
babies.
called The Rapist President.
Well, hey, whoa. No, Mike was a virgin as soon as he was born because he had one of those circumcisions where the rabbi sucks his dick.
Oh, nice. I got head before all of you. I got head as a little baby.
Mike got head immediately.
Just
That's
don't
Be
the
cool
go.
if you're
big
Orthodox
order, dude.
Jew.
You immediately get head.
Get some top right when you come out.
I showed my wife that, and she was. People do not know how to have a reaction to that. And she was like, "That's photoshopped." And I was like,
based.
"No, this is like real."
What
It
you
is
showed
based for the rabbis to do that.
You showed a video of a circumcision with the
No. I
sucking?
showed like a meme that had like pictures of rabbis doing that specific practice.
Isn't
It's
that
a
based?
religious practice.
What? Chicks love that shit. What are you
It's
talking
based.
about?
Dude, chicks are doing it. They're rabbis are the original chicks, man.
I don't give a shit
So-
what they do.
Just don't do it in my yard.
Yeah. Fuck off. Weird.
Dude, how pissed would you be though if you found I'm already pissed that I'm circumcised. You know what I mean? Because that wasn't my choice. And it
Moving
also is like a
Berkeley.
big bummer to
A lot of losers feel this way. Go
penis.
on.
But excuse me?
A lot of loser, pathetic online guys are into this kind of movement.
What was
Oh, I
what
see
were
what
you
you're saying.
feeling? You said you don't want to be a circumcised
well,
guy.
I was
Being a I wish I wasn't circumcised guy is like one of the worst kind of online guys.
I'm not like gonna petition about
They're
it,
they're
but
definitely not, they're like 1-star guys.
It's a
oh,
much
you're gonna
more
rate me
clean
1
look.
star now, motherfucker?
Yes.
Mike, what do you rate me?
What on what do I recommend you to my friends or not?
Yeah.
I'll give you a 4.
No, this
I'll
is
give you
about
3.5.
What the
this is a
fuck, dude? Just
quality
say
rating.
5, motherfucker.
This is a quality rating.
I'm a 5-star guy. But dude, imagine if you found out your dad was like, "Oh yeah, we did that type of circumcision where we didn't really know him, but he was a rabbi, and this is how they do things over there. So we let this old man suck your dick when you were
They don't suck the
Dude.
dick, they bite the tip off.
Do
we
they
let this
really?
old man bite the tip off of your dick."
They
And
suck the
no,
blood
they
out,
suck the
right?
blood out, dude.
They're literally cock vampires.
It just gets better the more I hear it. I think it's cool. And the fact
This
that
is
one guy was giving
insane.
people herpes and children died, I think is great.
Yeah.
They're not,
I
I
thought
don't
the guy
care.
from
I don't know
Papa
these
Roach was
people. I
pissed.
think it's funny. It's like, haha.
Yeah. Fuck
It's
them.
like a funny thing I saw, you know,
I'm
I've
saying
you
lost
for
all,
died
them,
'cause
they gotta
of-
be
I'm
pissed.
losing my humanity. So this is an amusing, like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
You
live in a
died because
cra-
a rabbi sucked your dick. You fucking
We live in a
loser.
crazy planet, huh? They're still doing this? Wow.
All types.
Wild
Got all
Planet.
types.
That's what that show Wild Planet is about.
Yeah, that's what that show Wild and Crazy Kids was about. We're gonna have this rabbi
Wild and
circumcise 100 babies.
Wild and crazy. Kids.
Then put all the foreskins in a balloon and see who has the biggest one at the end, or who gets the most blood.
Omar got in that.
Yeah, they're like sucking it, and then the blood in their mouths, they have to spit it in a
Hey,
bucket.
guys.
Ugh.
Kind of like a family double dare, sort of. It's messy. There's slime. A type of kind of thing, something kind of like slime.
Dare. We dare you to circumcise your child.
I dare you to suck the
With your
blood out of
mouth.
the baby's penis.
And
The
bite
rabbi's
the
like,
tip
okay.
off.
They're a cult,
Oh,
you know.
dude.
Good for them. That's
What
good
if
for
I
them.
Actually,
kids or
that
what?
happened to me. I would fucking find the rabbi. I'd suck
And
his dick, dude.
You would,
In a
because
bad
you're
way.
in a horrible cult.
To punish him.
You'd be wearing
Punishing.
like,
God, I wish
Like
I
a
could have
weird
punishing
suit?
blowjob.
Yeah.
and you'd be
exactly.
walking in LA in
All
100-degree weather, and you're like, I gotta go find him.
Yeah.
I see those people by New Beverly. They're all walking around.
Beverly. Yeah, on Beverly Boulevard.
They have giant hats. It's like, I don't know if they're the
They were
penis
really
suckers,
mean to me
but
one time when I tried to like park in front of their house or something. Actually, they weren't. They weren't nice, but they weren't like really mean.
These are
You can't
Hasids
park
or
in their
just
house.
Jews? What
Because
are
I'm
we talking about?
goyim, you know.
Mhm.
What's up?
they seemed orthodox.
Okay.
I don't know. So what can we all agree on? Final
They got
offer,
the
3.5.
hats. If you got a hat,
Can we all go
you're
3.5 on
orthodox.
Joe?
I'm comfortable doing that.
I'll give you 3.5.
You know
It's
what?
fine.
I actually
Oh.
think
I'm agreeable.
I think I'm
a
gonna do
people
4.
pleaser.
You know, I actually I've decided to change my rating to 4.
So our two
There's no way.
fours.
We're gonna have to go 3.75.
Titties? You see
No.
Susan Sarandon topless and her bush within the first like 1 minute. After a bad song, yes.
You got to give
I've
a
seen
star
better.
for that.
I've seen better. I've seen better.
What? Oh, you see?
Wait,
Oh,
are you
Kate
talking about-
Capshaw
are you-
and Black Rain. Come on.
Are you talking about? What am I saying?
I'm
No, I
not
was
really
gonna
into
say,
skinny chicks. I'm not into skinny chicks.
but you don't think Susan Sarandon is a queen?
She did. She looks good, but she's not.
He's a
worth,
ketchup
she's-
man like you, Mike. He likes
she's-
Heinz.
She's not.
got
worth
Heinz,
a
right?
point. Her nudity's not worth a point.
You're more of a Lizzo man.
Adam, what made you go up to
see.
4?
I like Megan Thee
Oh,
Stallion.
I just was trying to keep this
He
going.
likes
She's razzing.
the Monique and Precious. That's
Oh my god. Yeah. That's my dream mama right there.
Not when she's not like when in Monique in real life, because she's like too She's too like classy.
Oh,
Like,
Monique
she
in
looks
the
too
one,
Oh,
good.
no, no,
Monique
no.
on crack, dancing and like looking
Yeah.
like the penguin in Batman Returns drives Mike crazy. That's a New York movie.
Or she's just sitting there smoking
Monique
a
and
cigarette,
Precious and Danny
just
DeVito and Batman
screaming at his
Returns.
daughter.
That's the
Oh my
body
God.
ideal. Danny DeVito and Batman Returns is thick as hell, man.
He wears a onesie.
Yeah, totally. Got a little camel toe thing going on.
So we all agree on 4 stars.
No, 3-5. We're going 3-5. We're going 3-5. 3-5 is fair.
I love that this just will always end with Mike giving a.
A 3-5.
I gave up.
It's almost like.
It's like
But
I
now,
know
William, we
you
don't want to-
guys. No,
Go ahead,
You go
Mike.
ahead. You go. No, you go ahead. I interrupted
I
you.
was okay.
I
Yeah, because I was
insist.
going to support you. I was going to say like we don't want to make Mike feel like he can't give his honest rating.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel
Why
like
are you
it's
making
this
me
is
feel
a
like I
little
He
bit of
gave
a
gave
my
his
honest
honest rating,
bullying technique.
but now the new game is we all have to agree on a rate at the rating at the end.
Yeah, but
3-5 is fair.
do you think this will ever go the other way?
No. You guys know
I
more
changed
about
my
movies than me.
rating.
I'm not, dude. I'm
You are a
this is
movie
like a you and
specialist.
William thing.
You're like a grad. You went to college for movies. You know movies. I don't know.
I went
I
to
don't know.
college for community. I went to college to be like a fucking local news cameraman, basically. Communications,
Well, you know,
telecommunications.
that's it's cameras involved. It's like movies.
Okay,
There's a
fair enough.
camera. So
Look,
3-5.
it's a great
Yep.
game. It's really made the episode better. I think people appreciate the game. They're gonna love the new game.
It's kind of like Mr. Beast, how you add that game show element, then it becomes emotionally engaging.
Mr. Beast would
talk
love
about
Joe.
Mr. Beast, William.
Mr.
Next
Beast
shitty
is-
movie, I'm going to take notes on why it's shitty. I got to do that.
Yeah, you got to become prepared, bro.
Yeah.
William's a big Mr. Beast believer.
His videos
He's
are
eating
awesome.
too much of the bars, too many bars.
Have you had the chocolate bar though?
I
It's
have not had
decent.
it.
It's decent
You gotta
chocolate.
Get it, dude.
It's
Nice.
pretty tasty.
Your son is gonna love Mr. Beast, Adam, and then you're gonna be like, "You fucking web." You're gonna shoot him with a World War II machine gun.
I'll be like, fuck, I shot my own son.
No.
Yeah, totally.
Or you're gonna kill Mr. Beast, and your son will be like, "No."
Dude. Also, Mr. Beast he seems okay, right? He seems like an okay guy.
He
I
seems
don't
like a
know.
sociopath.
I don't know anything bad about him so far.
You think so?
But
I like the rabbis sucking cock more than Mr. Beast, but I like anyone who's fucking doing it and doing hard.
I'm gonna
I've
give
never-
this rabbi $10,000 if he can suck 50
That would be
babies'
awesome.
cocks in one day.
I did it for Mr. Beast. It was a sketch. I hope Mr. Beast kills someone or kills a lot of people. I hope something horrible happens in one of his insane games.
Yeah, he's one of. I mean, when somebody's like that, it gets that big and stuff, and is so
Mike,
bland,
I will give
you're like,
I will
you know,
I will give you $10,000 to give Joe 4 stars.
Man, is my dignity worth $10,000?
dude,
Weigh
absolutely.
that
Are
out.
you kidding? Are you fucking kidding? That is 100% worth $10,000.
Yeah, I think it's a trick. I don't think he's actually giving the 10,000. I think I'm gonna bare my soul and I'm gonna fold into his thing, and then he's just gonna pull the rug out from underneath me. I think. 4
No.
stars. Let's end the show. All
Oh.
right, I'll give you 4 stars. Where's my 10 grand? Venmo
We
me
did
after
it.
the
We
show.
did it. People love it. It's a huge game.
We got it, guys.
You're welcome.
It's a huge game.
Fuck. There's no way this movie is 4 stars. I mean, there's just absolutely
Mike.
no way. Yeah, it's not
He's
even
nominated for the
close.
Academy Award for Best Screenplay. Huge hit.
Hey,
Sleeper hit.
something I do sometimes.
It inspired All in the
because
Family.
it's
It inspired King of
Oh, really?
Queens. Archie Bunker
That's
is Joe.
the
Don't you
best
get it?
thing.
There is no Archie Bunker without Joe.
Wasn't Archie Bunker well before the
Hey.
70s?
No.
Oh, all right. Sorry.
Sometimes I like to give a little bit more uh of a rating to a first feature. So if this is the first feature of it's not. It's the fourth.
He's learning. It's no Rocky,
Oh wait,
okay?
hold on. Sorry, that was a short. Hold on, I'm looking at shorts right now. Okay, it was not the first.
We've
Not
done the
first.
rating.
It was the third. Okay, we got Mike just give up. That's the important.
I'm
The
just
game is
saying
just
I
make Mike give
mean,
up.
look, just rate me. It's fine. I'll just take it. You just
Mike, you're a 5-star guy.
after a while, I won't even know.
Peter Boyle is one of your favorite actors. I mean, come on.
I do like the Wizard a lot. He's very good in Taxi Driver. Young Frankenstein. I can see why it's funny.
So we all love Joe. Joe loves you. The end.